You have to be kidding me. I swear, the views, the graphics, everything about this game is just absolutely amazing. Welcome back, my fellow friends and family of gamers. Today, we're hopping back in and playing another round of Myth of Empires by Angela Games. Now, in today's video, we've decided that, after getting the fundamental basics set up and figuring out how to build all the armor and explore the map a little bit more, we decided that today would be a good day to look into building our home base, our house. So in today's video, we are going to show you how we're building up our house today in Myth of Empires. Let's dive in. Now, if you didn't notice, I'm just a little bit far here from the main start point when you start into the game, and I just picked this beautiful scenic view. I mean, when I tell you that the graphics in this game, the artwork, the mastery that it has, it's there. And I decided that I want a house here that I can overlook this river and have a nice view of the sun rising and setting each night. So then we have our first foundation. Now we need to go and collect the materials we need. Now, generally speaking, what you really need when it comes to building your house in this game, just starting off when you're building your wooden house, is a whole bunch of branches, a whole bunch of rope, a whole bunch of stone, and definitely a whole bunch of wood. Really, as I was talking about in the first time we jumped into this game, rope is your best friend in this game, and if you keep on picking up grass and making it into, that rope, it's definitely going to serve you better, especially when you get down further and you have to create even bigger bases, even bigger houses, and even when you start building up your army. Now, the first thing you really need to do is get your base down, your fundamental foundation for what you're going to build. Now, depending on what you have and what availability you have, you can see that if you go a little bit too high or too low on your mountaintop or wherever you're setting up your base, you might have some issues running into it when you try and make your foundation expand more up the incline. Because you know what? If it doesn't fit, it's not going to fit. So keep that in mind when you're planning around your business and your base. And when you start out, I think they ask you in the main quest line to build a 4x4 kind of house. You know what? That's cool and all, but I would definitely recommend planning out your base to be way bigger than that, because just that 4x4. Look, I mean, look at it when it pops back up. Look at that. It's not that big of a space. The thing is, I from watching other people play this game, you also need to really be curious and cautious about where you end up setting up your base, because you go further into the mountains, you end up not getting as much area that you can cut down trees in. You get more rocks, some stones, but it really doesn't help you out when you start building your base. So make sure you definitely look at your map and see what areas, what biomes, you're able to get into that is going to be best for your kind of gameplay. And one of the things about this game that I really love is that you can build up your base, build up your guild, build up your society within this game. That you can actually start to run things. I mean, yes, there's NPCs, there's other players in the game, but once you start building up and getting to your next levels in the guild and everything like that, what's stopping you from conquering the world like how you would do it in like a normal game like Civ, or a different game like playing, even even just playing in a regular game of capture the flag or domination on Call of Duty? Like what is stopping you from being that great, from having that power in this game? What do we have over here? Looks like we have somebody else just nearby over there that decided that they also wanted a nice scenic view, kind of close to the spawn point, but also away from it at the same time. And again, that's not mine. That's not a normal person, or sorry, an NPC's building. That is somebody else in this game. See, these little quests that pop up every once in a while kind of help you progress in the game, not only from leveling you up and giving you these extra research points, but because they are helping you have that material source to create more items in your house and in the game. Like that linen that we just created, I think that was because we were going to create a bed. An actual bed, not just like that mat that they have you build in the beginning of the game, but an actual bed. Now, while this is an edited gameplay, because, well, let's be honest, the entire gameplay of just me creating this house was about an hour and a half. But I wanted to show you how magnificent this game is. This game is absolutely phenomenal, and I don't understand that people can give this bad reviews, or they're thinking about playing a game that they think is better than this one. This is absolutely one of the better games that came out this year. And you can even play in your own single player mode. You don't have to go online. Now, if you guys are here for the first time to the channel, I just want to say thank you very much, and please go hit that subscribe and smash that like button for me. I appreciate you being here. For my subscribers who keep coming back, I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. Please let me know down in the comments what next game we're taking a look at, because man, I got a full lineup of all these games coming out, and I want to know what you guys look into. What games are your favorite? What games do you enjoy playing, and what games are you on your radar for this upcoming year? Now earlier I was talking about how you can have these issues, just like that was there. I almost, as you can see right there, I can't build any more platforms, any more foundation up towards the mountain because there's just not space in the game, and it's not reality. It is not real life that you would be able to do that unless you have, you know, forklift crane or whatever you're planning on using. But back in that time, I mean, beyond a shovel and a whole bunch of manpower, you just really didn't have access to that. And although that tree would have likely killed us, but this game is, it's not like when you chop down a tree, you're going to take damage like in the forest. When you gotta watch out for those, and even in the infected, this game, thankfully, when you chop down trees, you're just getting the resources. You can see right there, the sun is starting to set. That is why, my friends, that is why I chose this as my first starting point for my base. Even creating a little deck for me so that I can go out, view it, maybe fish from this if I absolutely can, and if it comes down to it, defend from this side of the fort. Oh no, look at that. I gotta stand corrected. That is not the sunset, but the sunrise, rather. Seriously, this game is, oh wow. It reminds me so much when, what is that game called? Not Valdine. It's on the top of my head. Can't think of it right now. Where it literally just came out the other day, or not the other day, but kind of about a couple of months ago, where you can build up your forts and you're fighting these mythological bosses, these monsters, these absolute powerhouse of individuals, but you can create these bases where you can protect yourself and set up all these traps. And that's one of the things you can do in this game, is you can set up your base, you can set up all these little pikes and fortifications outside your base to protect yourself from others in the game. And that's includes the NPCs and other players in the game. You know, I would recommend that before you do end up building your house here, that you have a plan in mind. I just went out and started building these foundations and figured, let's wing it. Why not? I mean, most of the time in the game, that's what you're doing, unless you have a specific mission, or even that you have a context of what you're gonna do. But when it actually takes course, what do they say? A plan is good until it's actually put in action. That's kind of how it is here. You can set up a plan, but you know what? At the end of the day, what actually happens may be completely different. So I do recommend, if you're going to go around, and even for your quests, even just if you're building the house, whatever you're doing here, even in real life, set up a plan, dude. I mean, it's fine if you don't, but for me, I wish I would have actually gone through here and said, hey, I'm going to put this much foundation down, or this much walls, or this much defenses around my perimeter, so I have all these areas that I can have a defense, I can have a beautiful looking house base, and expand even more on top of that. That's okay. Now that I'm here, I know that. I made that mistake, I learned. And I will definitely, when I expand out, consider that and make a plan to build out my next home. And why did I do that? I did that so that if I have an issue where I need to jump out, oh, now I'm thinking about it, I should have done it on the back there so I can jump in the water. Anyway, what I did, instead of going down underneath my house and having to go through those doors to leave out that way, if I'm upstairs and something's going wrong, or I just don't want to go downstairs because I'm lazy and don't want to walk out the door, I can just hop off this platform right there. And the thing is, nobody can hop from the ground up. So it's blocked off there, and they can't use that to jump up themselves. See, I got a plan here. Kind of a plan, right? What would you guys do? How would you build your base? What would you do first? What's your first steps? What are you thinking? And if you have an idea, let me know down in the comments below, because I will definitely take a look and see if I can't recreate what your image is. I mean, I'm not an architect here, and this is just something that I thought would be pretty cool looking. But if you go out there and you see how these other players, like that house that I just went to before, how they have their setup, it's completely different because everyone's own mind and thoughts of and ideas of what they think is good and a good structure, either be defensive, offensive, or both, is completely different. And even if you're not into building your house here, which you totally don't have to do, by the way, why aren't you? What's your reason for doing it? Nothing, no judgment, 100%. Just curious. Like, what's your? Are you more like a roguelike, or are you more like a mercenary, or are you just not someone who really wants a home base of operations? Because you know what, it took me an hour and a half to build my little base here, and you just don't want to spend the time doing that. Let me know in the comments below. Nothing wrong with it, totally. I mean, you know what? It's not a bad idea. This, like I said, took me an hour and a half, and that could have been an hour and a half doing something else in game. Totally get it. Totally understand. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. And you know what? Have you played this game yet? Have you taken a look yet, or are you considering doing it? Let me know if this looks like a game that you would find yourself playing. Because when I tell you, seriously, the last time I was this addicted to a game was back when I first started playing RuneScape in 2013. And man, you could find me up until 5, 6 o'clock in the morning just playing, getting all of the stuff, getting through all the quests that I can, and I'm not ashamed of that at all. Not one bit. Even talking about it, reminiscing on it, makes me want to go back and play it. But you know what? This game right now, being that it's new, it's out, it's fresh, and there's a lot to explore in this game so far, I want to stick here. I want to see what I can do here. Because you know what? If I can build myself up and I can be this big warlord, this big kingdom, why not? You know, I get it. You know, that's going to take some time, but who doesn't love to command their own army, have their own economies, buy, sell, trade? It's half the reason we get in some of these games in the first place. And you know what? This game is no different. It's absolutely amazing. Just might be a little more addictive than other games, to be honest. And personally, you know what? The only reason, for now, that I am building this base is so that I can build that right there, that chest, so I can just plop stuff in there whenever I need it and take it out whenever I do, so I can create, craft, build whatever I need to without having to go out and gather all the equipment, all the supplies beforehand. It's all right there. Even not because I'm actively looking for it, but just because I'm out in the world exploring, navigating, becoming confrontational with players in game and the animals in game and NPC in game. You just need somewhere to store your stuff sometimes. As you can see, when I played in Dungeon of Adara, there are so many times that I had to literally drop items just because I did not have the carry capacity. And you know what? That's something that happens in this game as well. So that's my reason for just wanting, sorry, there was a horse there, just wanting to have a home base of operations so I can store stuff. But you know what? Later on in the game, after I start developing and getting a little bit further into it, you know what? That might change. Who knows? I don't have a set plan with this game yet. I definitely know that I wanted to get into it. I saw it. I had to get it. And you know what? I do not regret it one bit. Not at all. Sorry, excuse me. The cool thing is about this game, you can level up your equipment too. Like right now, I believe I started with just a regular stone axe or whatever, and I was able to upgrade it to a bone axe and bone hammer, because you get bones when you harvest the animals in game after you hunt them down for food, and you can create these different tools, these upgraded tools, these better equipment that'll get you through whatever project, whatever work you're trying to complete quicker, and even, I believe, in some cases might give you more materials. But you know what? Don't quote me on that. That might just be if you put the expertise points up. Right there. Look at that. Oh, that's so beautiful. not my house. Yes, it's a little weird. My house, okay, yeah, it's a little beautiful, but I'm talking about how this game can just bring such beautiful graphics, such beautiful artwork into the game. That sunrise, that sunset, that horizon, it's a great escape. It's a great escape from the reality. Perfect. You know what? And now that we're in the day and age of where we have Web3 coming out and everyone getting into all these different metaverses, this is just stunning. No, this is not in the metaverse. No, this is not on Web3, but this is gameplay that is absolutely phenomenal. It's epic. It is amazing and great quality, and I cannot be more happy with the devs, the production team, with the content they have pushed out. Not to mention, they continue to update this game as it is in early access right now at the moment at making this video. They continue pushing out great quality content and great quality updates. I mean, she's not the roughest looking. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a little bit of a different kind of looking house than you sometimes see here in, the States. Sometimes they have these unique designs, and you know what? This isn't different from that. I think I did a pretty great job here. What do you guys think? Do you think I need to take a little more lessons in crafting? Or do you think this is an alright build for just starting? I think this is literally the second day, just a few hours of gameplay into it. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. I mean, look at how beautiful this house is. I think it's pretty great, but you know what? I can understand if you have a different opinion. Totally fine. Well, guys, this is the house. This is what we've created so far in game. You know what? I just want to say thank you again very much for coming to the channel and viewing this content. I absolutely appreciate you being here, and I absolutely appreciate you hitting the subscribe and like button. Come back in our next video where we're going to just explore more in Myth of Empires, because you know what? This map is absolutely daunting. Could not get better than that. I'll see you in the next video.